Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. First, I would like to say sorry for the delay in uploads. It's been a few weeks. I got sick, and I'm pretty sure you can hear I'm just now coming over it for the most part. And then I also had to deal with the SO kicking me from server every 5 minutes. About every 5 minutes. First, it was just kicking me, it wouldn't give me a reason why. Then it started saying internet connection to server was up, it was messed up. Then I started getting contact customer support, and this would just happen like every 5 minutes. Like sometimes, I don't know what was causing it, but it finally fixed itself. Um, Me and a few other guild members had the same issue, but let's just go ahead and jump into this 1 bar build. This is a 1 bar Magicka Nightblade build. First, I'm going to go over stats, starting with Magicka stat. It's at 29,000 with a recovery of 1,400, and on screen it's showing over 2,000. However, for the Endeavor, I drank a drink, which so the recovery is increased. So this is not the correct kind. I have everything written out that I'm reading off of. So 29,000 Magicka with 1,400 recovery. Max health is 19,000 with 459 recovery, and then 12k stamina with 695 recovery. And the recovery right now is currently boosted with a drink. However, the main stats of your max Magicka's health and stamina are not. So I'm going to go ahead and proc a crown meal, fortifying meal, because everybody gets those. They're essentially to get from daily. Log in, they're given out repeatedly. So now that actually increases to 33,000, 23,000 health, and 16,000 stamina. Spell crit is sitting at 43.5, which is great. I do have divines on gear, so that's what increases spell damage actually. Gotcha. But spell damage is 2,979, with the Mundus Stone being the apprentice to increase your spell damage. So you're sitting at 43.5% spell crit, which is great considering in update 32 they put a max cap on crit. I think it's for like 50 or 60%, and they also put a cap on spell damage, so it's nice to have a little bit of penetration, which 8,369 is kind of low, but this is a 1 bar build, so for what we have, this is great. Stats, like for resistance, a little bit there, but a little bit low on the low side, but this is the DPS build, 1 bar build. First, I'm going to go over skills before I go to gear. So starting off with skills, first skill is Swallow Soul. This is your heal. Use this as needed. Spam if you need to. You don't have to wait for the seconds to tick away, because it'll proc every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. But if you're like close to death, if you keep activating it over and over, you're gonna keep getting that heal. Second one is Unstable Wall of Fire. This is great. It's a little AOE. It's not that strong, but it does help for add control when needed. And then third is Merciless Resolve. So Merciless Resolve, you have to do light attacks or heavy attacks to build up 5 times, and then you can actually use this as your attack. So you can either hold this to increase your weapon and spell damage for those 40 seconds of it being activated, or you can do like me, where this build is great for light attacking. Light attack, fire, light attack, fire. I primarily do that for boss fights. However, I would hold on to this whenever you're fighting groups, just for that added damage. But boss fights, this is definitely what you want to spam on the boss. Fourth skill you're going to be using is Lotus Fan. This is great. Jump into a group. It gives them minor vulnerability, helps Unstable Wall deal a little bit more damage, and also allows you to do a little bit more damage with your light attacks. It's a great ability. I suggest starting off any fight with Lotus Fan. It's great. It's amazing. Next is Sap Essence. Sap Essence is what you want to spam for group fights, because it's having stack repeatedly. It hits them, deal damage. It deals damage to a group area, and it also heals you for half. So it's a great way to keep yourself alive when there's a group of enemies. If it's a boss, Swallow Soul, but groups, Sap Essence to keep yourself alive and deal damage. Also, another great thing is for any enemy hit, you gain Major Brutality and Sorcery, increasing your weapon and spell damage by 20% for 20 seconds. Your ultimate is Soul Tether. It stuns enemies and it heals you if it's up. Definitely use it on the start of a group fight, because that way you can instantly start. Or if you just not feeling comfortable, hold on to it a little bit for that added heal, and you can stun everybody in there. So it's great. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about gear. Starting off with the first set, it is an all-time favorite of mine for Magic builds. I've been using it on a lot of different characters for years, and it's Mother Sorrow. This comes from Deshawn. It's an overland set. It increases max magicka and critical chance. The second set is going to be War Maiden. This comes from Vardenfell. Increases weapon and spell damage to magicka damage abilities, which is perfect for this build because every one of these skills are magicka, including your ultimate. All of this is magicka. Even the unstable wall. Like if you go here, unstable wall actually is a magicka, which it only does magicka at the start and when it detonates at the end. Other than that, it's flame. But when you activate it and when it explodes at the end, it's magicka. So this is great because it's increasing every ability you use, it's increasing their damage. So that's why I'm using this. And then for the monster set, it is Neriath, which when you deal direct damage, you have a 15% chance to summon a Lich Crystal. When proc, this deals magicka damage. So this is here for another added AoE. Because you'll notice that AoE attacks aren't that strong, but in boss fights, this is amazing. So going over to the stars, I don't ever go over crafting just because that's quality of life things that you can change as needed, whereas warfare and fitness is all about what you need in combat. So starting off with warfare is Wrathful Strike. This increases your damage, your spell and weapon damage. The second one is Deadly Aim. This increases your single target damage abilities, so like your Spammable of Merciful Focus and Swallow Soul, the two things you were key to use in a boss fight, has added increased damage. And then third is Weapons Expert. You're going to be doing a lot of light and heavy attacks interweaving in this. So Weapons Expert is amazing to have because it increases those attacks, like the damage on your light and heavy attacks. Fourth is Master at Arms, which increases your damage done with direct damage attacks. And if you've noticed, this is really key for boss fights. With this build is aimed towards the boss fight. You can survive the AoE bloodbath that the group adds. It's pretty easy with Sap Essence. But when you get to that boss fight, it's great to just neutralize and have everything you can to take them down. So that's why I'm using Master at Arm, because there's a lot of direct damage and in this build, so that increases your damage with the direct damage abilities you have. For fitness, I'm running Rejuvenation, helps that recovery. The second one is Fortified, increase your armor to survivability, always better to have armor. Third one is Bonus Vitality, increases your health. This is a solo build mostly, however you can use it in normal dungeons and arenas, but I aim this more to solo arenas on normal, this build. So it's nice to have that little bit of max health. The fourth one, you can swap this out, however I have not. It is Spirit Mastery. I use this a lot because I have ran this build on with my guild members for a trial and a few dungeons with them, and I've always, like, if someone goes down, I prefer getting them up as fast as I can, so this is why that's slotted for me. Just increase that recovery time to get that person up, because it decreases the time to resurrect someone. And now, if you've actually seen my other videos, you can tell I'm getting to the point of the video where I'm just going to be showing what this build does and how to use it. I'm going to be using Maelstrom Arena as the gameplay, and I'm going to go ahead and jump to that, guys. Alright, most of you guys know, if you've been around watching a lot of my videos in the past, that I usually don't do commentary, but I just want to say this is an amazing one-bar build in my opinion. It's focused on a lot of light attacks to really do high damage, which is great for boss fights like you're going to see showing. And at the end of this, I just want to say thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more content, and I will see you all in the next video. As you can tell, Maelstrom Arena, they're kind of short, but if you sit through here and watch this part right here, I put this here just to show what I'm dealing with of lag, because I'm fighting the three centaur beast things, the dwarven stuff. Fighting them, and then it lags out as I'm about to kill all three of the bosses when they're close there. This is just what I mean. It's been going on with any character, doesn't matter what. It just, that's why I haven't got videos out that often. It'll lag, I'll die, then I can't respawn and I get kicked. Sometimes I just get an error code has occurred or stuff along that nature. That's just what's delaying some of these videos coming out, and then also the fact that I was sick. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.